Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Disco Shaman TV. I'm here, Hammad Chowdhury, in Pakistan, and I'm interviewing a very, very interesting guest today. His name is Hassan Nisar, a Pakistani journalist, columnist, and a poet, also an analyst. He wears many hats. He's been affiliated with news channels such as GeoTV and has appeared on all major TV networks such as Dawn News, Dunya News, Express, Summer News. He's also published multiple successful books. Mr. Hassan Nisar, welcome to the show. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Good?
Fine.
My first question to you is this. You don't seem to worry about the words and the people that you target, that you pick on, in the sense that you don't have a fear for your life when you're questioning the powers that be. Does it ever cross you, if I say this, this might affect me in a negative way?
No, not really. For the very simple reason. I was exactly the same way when I was young. Then I was stupid. So I was very brave. Now I have reached an age and stage where nothing can fear me. Death is so close to me. I'm 70 now. So why? And on top of everything, let me tell you, if you are a Muslim and a true Muslim, I'm not a practicing Muslim, let me add this. If you're a true Muslim, you're not scared of death. And even if you're not a Muslim and you are a logical human being, death is something which is unavoidable. So why fear it? Why? You don't have to be brave, you have to be logical to be fearless. हमारे एक मुहावरा है उर्दू में कि जो रात कब्र में आनी होती है ना वो बाहर नहीं आ सकती. So मेरे पे अटेम्प्ट्स भी हुई हैं. Within Punjab, there were two groups who were caught. And then I don't know what happened to them. Anyway, let's not go into those horrible details. So I was on their hit list. Second time when it happened, the present Interior Minister, Rana Sanaullah, who's like a brother to me, he was the law minister. He interviewed them himself. He interrogated them. He was chairing that panel. When he asked them, why are you after him? Well, anyway, that's not important. Next.
Do you think that this is potentially a trap for people who want to create change on the planet? When they fear that, hey, if I say this, I might threaten the wrong person.
There are no traps and nothing of that sort. It has always happened. If you look at the human history, the known history, it has always happened. You have to confront with this. Spartacus, it was no trap. He was fighting for the freedom of slaves. Am I right or wrong? Spartacus. There are some beautiful movies.
Right.
The first one probably was Kirk Douglas was the hero. And his biography is titled, I Am Spartacus. So, from there to Imam Ali Maqam, Imam Hussain, down to Tipu Sultan. What is this? Che Guevara was a non-Muslim. So, a human being is a captive of his temperament. It depends upon your temperament, what kind of a human being you are. Some are born intellectuals, some are born scientists, some are born musicians, singers, some are born fighters. So it's that simple.
What I mean to say about a trap is that, in the sense that there's a lot of people out there who fear to speak the truth, because
it was always there.
What
What happened to
they get killed.
Socrates?
They get...
He was poisoned.
Exactly.
What? Why? Everybody who gets involved in this kind of an activity,
there's that risk inherent.
No.
That you're gonna...
They are fully prepared always.
Yeah.
If not at a conscious level, subconscious level, they know anything can happen.
So essentially, each time you sit here and you talk, you're confronting your death in a way, because you're not fearing.
Let's not dramatize it. It is who normally drowns or sinks? A swimmer. A non-swimmer doesn't even enter a river, or he never dies because of because of the fact that he's sinking, or no. So anybody who is involved in any activity, consciously or subconsciously, knows his fate. If nature is kind, you can get away with it. If it isn't, fine. So I am doing whatever I am doing today. I am doing it for the last 45 years, when there was no electronic media or nothing of the sort, just print media. So I was jailed by a dictator, General Ziaul, and not once. I never gave it up. Simple.
Did it cross your mind to give it up? Did you think twice?
No, obviously, when you are arrested or solitary confinement and things like that, they are trying to
did they try to break
bully you, or we're trying to convince you, or whatever the reason. I'm not bothered. I have to do what I have to do. It's that simple.
Where did this come in? How did you develop this?
No, it's very difficult to explain. If Muhammad Rafi, the greatest singer, or Kishore Kumar, if they were alive, Elvis Presley, if he was alive too, if you ask people like them a question like this, they can only smile and laugh.
Did you have an inspiration, a role model who did something like this, or?
Not really, but I am basically a no-nonsense person. And this is, for me, this is nonsense. To misbehave and exploit people. It is nonsense. It's the ugliest thing on this earth. When a few human beings start abusing and misusing and exploiting millions of people. So how can you hold yourself back? I cannot, at least.
If Nawaz Sharif was in front of you right now, what words would you say to him? Something that's stuck in your heart, something that you really want to get out, no filters.
We have confronted 2-3 times. They know it. Everybody knows it. Now let me show you a book. This is a book of my columns which I wrote 30 years ago.
Yep.
And the dates are there. Can you see that? 18th March 93, 11th February 93. Look at the title. BB for Benazir Bhutto, Babu for this gentleman who's sitting in England. And the title of the book is Bibi, Babu or Bebas Awam. So I took them on when they were in the game. And they were on their peak. So I have said a lot, I have written a lot about them. I am not the kind of person who minces words.
Is there anything left that you'd like to say? Something?
I don't think so.
No? You said everything?
सीधी सादी गाली गुली के अलावा तो मैं सब कुछ कह चुका हूँ.
Okay.
वो गाली मैं वैसे जनरली ज़ाहिर है पब्लिकली नहीं देता मैं, अदरवाइज मैं काफ़ी अब्यूसिव हूँ. If I see in my private life, if I see any nonsense, so I just cannot control myself. Simple. And they know how and what I feel about them.
What do you think is holding back Pakistan? What do you think is holding back Pakistan from prospering? Do you think it's fundamental Islam?
No. There are so many reasons.
If you could
Just
get
a
to the
TV
root.
No. Okay, if you insist. What is a country? Country is not number of rivers, mountains, jungles, people. People make a country. Otherwise, acha. Now, you can distribute people, the population of any country, into two, elite and the common man. Unfortunately, it is difficult, at least for me, it is difficult for me to decide who is more corrupt. Elite of this country or the common man?
Why do you say that?
Do you live in Pakistan?
No.
So you have to live here to know what I'm saying.
For our viewers who are in
You see, look.
Australia, in the United States.
No. That's not the way. In this country, a child's food is what? Milk. Pure milk is not available. There was a report from UNDP. पता नहीं 24 करोड़ लीटर दूध is manufactured, दूध being manufactured through chemicals. Now, do you understand? And when it comes to the elite, each one of them can buy a country like Pakistan. They have so much money. So both are corrupt. People only because there are three things in a man's life. You are born as an admi. You have to become insan. और इसके तीन तरीके हैं. Education, तालीम, तरबियत and grooming. They made sure when they needed, when they desperately needed, they were able to make atomic bomb because it was important for the elite. They couldn't educate their children. Do you know the literacy rate of this country?
What is it?
You have to know it yourself, so that you don't ask a question like this again. When I say both are corrupt,
Plus, minus, where would you say the literacy rate?
exceptions are always there. It's a matter of common sense. Exceptions are always there, but majority of the people, they are corrupt. Look at the salary structure of this country. A bureaucrat, it starts from, we have these grades, grade 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Look at the take home. Forget about the perks and privileges. How can they educate their children, and especially abroad? They are dishonest. Majority. There are very, very few people in our country whose families are strong, financially strong, to support them. Just for the status, if you join the armed forces or civil bureaucracy and do something else, so you have more than enough. Your father, your family, but most of the people are not like that. How are they surviving? You tell me.
The thing
with
is,
this kind of salary structure, how are they surviving? You tell me that.
Yeah, I don't agree that most of the people are corrupt over here. There's two types of corruption. There's one intentional corruption, and then there's forced corruption. One where one has to behave in a certain way.
You are being either you are too naive or you are being too kind.
The thing is, we see one face.
You claim to be a Musliman.
Yeah.
The name of the country is Islami Jamhuriya Pakistan.
Okay.
मुसलमान भूखा मर जाएगा, हराम नहीं खाएगा. हमारे प्रॉफिट का हुक्म है कि रिश्वत लेने और देने वाला दोनों जहन्नम में.
We need to be real here though. We need to be logical. जब इंसान को भूख लग रही है,
हाँ, यही तो इम्तिहान है फिर.
That's the thing.
भूख लग रही है, एक लड़की भूखी मर रही है, प्रोस्टिट्यूट बन जाए.
नहीं, बच्चा घर पे है, अब माँ को करना पड़ेगा. बच्चा घर पे हो रहा है.
This is the job of the ruler, ruling elite.
I agree with that point.
But that's all. Finished.
I agree with that point.
Bas.
The thing is,
they are doing it out of sheer compulsion or choice, I don't know. But I don't agree with you. And you have no right to pass a judgment because you don't know the society. If you live in Pakistan and do something on your own, don't get a scholarship from your father, in less than a year, only then we'll talk about it.
That's the biggest problem though with Pakistanis, right? Is that Pakistanis only see one face of their mulk, which is the corrupt side. And then they go out with this attitude into Western countries and they think of themselves as lesser than the Westerns. And they end up doing jobs like Uber, low-lying jobs because they have no self-worth. However, if you were to go into a village over here and you see the hospitality of these people, the loving nature, you do not find that anywhere in the world. You don't find that in Australia, you don't find that in the United States, maybe countries like Afghanistan that jinka hamare sath milta julta hai culture. They will invite you in, chai piye, baithein, this and that.
Have you ever visited any of these Arab countries?
Egypt?
No. All tribal or semi-tribal societies will behave in this way. Nations who are running against time, they don't have enough time and energy and extra money to display and show hospitalities. Hospitalities basically is an attitude of a tribal society. And you are talking about the village. I was talking about the milk, the basic food of a child.
But can you blame the people for that, or do you blame the rulers?
I don't know. I am just stating facts.
Yeah. No, I get you. But I'm saying the rulers have a responsibility.
Of course.
To nourish the people who don't have the psychological
advantage. Train them, educate them.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's like...
But let's forget about the reasons. I'm talking about the hard facts.
The question is this.
Ground realities. Finished.
If I was to bring a dog into my family, and I beat it every day, and the dog turns out to be a bad dog, biting everyone, is it the dog's fault or is it my fault?
That is the difference between a human being and a dog.
It's the nourishment. It's a metaphor.
No. You're absolutely wrong.
Whose fault would it be?
वो तारीख में उठा के देखो भाई, लोगों ने क्राइस्ट सलीब पे चढ़ गया, सूली पे चढ़ गए हजरत ईसा. कौन सी एकेडमी में पढ़े थे वो? सुकरात ने जहर पी लिया, बात तो गई यार. ना बिल्कुल नहीं है. मटीरियल भी है, लेकिन लेट्स नॉट गेट इनटू दैट काइंड ऑफ अ कॉन्वर्सेशन. But do one thing. Do this favor to yourself. Just go through the history, just 1-2 books, and then let me know. पाकिस्तान की आबादी कितनी है? तकरीबन 24 करोड़. इंडिया में मुसलमान कितना है? कितना होगा? 20 मिनिमम. करोड़, मिलियन नहीं. बांग्लादेश की कितनी है? हमसे थोड़ी सी 2-3 करोड़. ये 60-65 करोड़ जो मुसलमान हैं, इसका ओरिजिन क्या है? यू टेल मी. कौन है?
What do you say?
Let's forget about that. I'll come to this later. Who are they? इनका ओरिजिन क्या है? Are they Iranians? Are they Arabs? Are they Central Asians? Very, very small percentage. who are the rest of the people. Go, probe. You will find the answer.
What's the point though? What's the point you're making?
Forget it. I don't want to make any point. You go and probe. There are certain genetic problems.
So you think the community, Pakistani community, has genetically issues which is stopping the country from prospering?
Muslims of subcontinent.
Acha, Muslims of subcontinent.
Yes.
Okay. Why?
ओ भाई ये एक मोटी बात है. रसूलुल्लाह ने खुद मना किया है, if you know, कि मेरी कब्र की भी पूजा पाठ नहीं करनी.
जी.
वहां जाते हो हाथ मारते हैं यूं करके, कहते हैं खाना काबा की तरफ मुंह करके दुआ मांगो. हुजूर ने खुद अपने बारे में कहा है. ये मज़ारों पे क्या लेने जाते हैं? You let me know. What is this? औलादें मांगनी है. मुर्दा है, उससे औलाद मांग रहे हो तुम. कब्र पे जाके रोजगार मांग रहे हो, सजदे कर रहे हो वहां. Isn't it more than enough to teach you? It's a common practice. The whole of subcontinent. It's not just Pakistan. मकबरों, मज़ारों, कब्रों पे जाने का मतलब क्या है? फातिहा के लिए जाओ, खत्म हो गई बात. ये मुरादें मांगना और फलाने, ये सुने हैं लफ्ज़ कभी? ये
सुने.
हाँ, तो फिर
तो आपकी नज़र में, आपने ऑब्वियसली काफ़ी इंसानों को पढ़ा है और इसकी मुस्लिम की हिस्ट्री पढ़ी है. आपकी नज़र में क्या है सोल्यूशन इस मुल्क के लिए? कि अगर आप खड़े होते एक प्राइम मिनिस्टर की सीट पे, व्हाट डिसीजंस वुड यू मेक?
मैं थूकता भी नहीं. आई हेट पॉलिटिक्स. मैंने भी कहा ना कि आप अपने टेम्परामेंट के मुताबिक ज़िंदगी गुजारते हो.
चलें, अपना पर्सपेक्टिव जो है.
हाँ, तो मुझे कहा गया है, सेनेट के लिए भी कहा गया है. छोड़े, मेरा इट्स नॉट माई कप ऑफ टी. आई हेट पॉलिटिक्स एंड आई हेट पॉलिटिशियंस.
Let's not put you on the political stand, but your viewpoint of how you would change Pakistan.
No.
Sitting here, you're comfortable here.
I don't.
Masla nahi hai.
I
You don't want to?
No, I don't think it is viable.
You don't
Simple.
think?
No.
You think the country is lost?
Why somebody who is dying, death bed पे, दुनिया का बड़ा से बड़ा सर्जन या डॉक्टर, फिजिशियन आप ले आओ, वो क्या कहेगा? कहेगा नहीं जी अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता. स्क्रैच से बिल्ड करो, वो है नहीं. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि इट इज एन अनअचीवेबल टारगेट, लेकिन इट इज नॉट अ पॉसिबल टारगेट. उसकी वजह है कि द काइंड ऑफ लीडरशिप यू रिक्वायर फॉर दिस काइंड ऑफ अ जॉब, टू मीट दिस काइंड ऑफ अ चैलेंज, इज नॉट available here. Simple.
You'd need a deep level of organization to be able to do it.
Oh no, चलो.
Not in this lifetime.
नहीं, वो नहीं. Organization वगैरह. Why don't you lease it out? Why don't you lease out Pakistan to somebody else? No. Multiple reasons, and it will take minimum 1.5 to 2 generations to bring a change.
Well, anyways, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your perspective for the people.